The same Euro-Americans who for 400 years have had a deep desire to simultaneously identify with and disidentify with African Americans. The seduction of the threat of darkness, the desire to inhabit that which is forbidden, is a crucial aspect of the story concerning the rise of gangster rap and figures like 50 Cent. Thus, to ban or bar 50 Cent is to require a much deeper cultural analysis than politicians looking to score political points would want to do. So what's at stake? In my view, then, the attempt to bar 50 Cent was indeed more a reflection of Canadian politicians' inability to think imaginatively, creatively, critically, and ethically about social problems than about 50 Cent's music. 50 Cent then becomes an easily identifiable and spectacularized example of a problem that is far greater and requires far deeper and a much more widespread engagement, assessment, political response, and cultural response than barring him would ever produce. In this case, 50 Cent was a scapegoat for inadequate social policy and the inability to think critically and imaginatively what it would mean and what it could take to adequately stem the tide of serious social issues related to poverty and racialization in the Canadian landscape. The politicians, quite frankly, got it wrong. Thank you.
We're going to go through the same three questions again. So here they are. Everyone voted? Your judgment? Let's see where you came out. Okay. Very interesting. Next question. You've changed or you've not changed your position? Vote, 1 or 2. Everyone voted? No? Yes. Okay, let's see where you came out. Not changed? Interesting picture. And then the third, and we begin to anticipate what the answer is going to be, but the third question. Everyone's voted? Okay, let's see what the outcome is. Well, our position is shifting collectively. It's fairly similar, but there's some shift. Good. Thank you very much. We have the third presentation.
Good evening, everyone. When first considering how to approach this panel, I thought I would do my normal academic thing and be abstract, distant, impersonal, and theoretical, but, of course, strongly feminist. After all, I'm sure many of you would agree that this music is misogynist and that it perpetuates a hatred of women and reduces women to objects for men's ownership, use, and abuse. It focuses primarily on African and Caribbean American and Canadian women, stereotyping them as bitches, or women who dominate and are aggressive, or as hoes, whores who are either abused or who use sex as a way to get what they want. In the process, this music can be argued to build on and perpetuate white supremacy, sexism, elitism, racism, and hatred. Gangster rap, I would argue, is one way for men to define and redefine masculinity, and to construct a definition of what a man is in ways that violently put down women and the feminine. It channels some men's frustration and powerless downward onto those with even less power, in this case women. This music also has negative impacts on young people, and there is now a small body of experimental research that's showing that exposure to explicitly violent or sexually oriented rap lyrics and images is correlated with greater acceptance of violence against women, negative assessment of black women, and greater endorsement of gender stereotypes amongst black students and white students. I would also argue that young women often internalize these views and unconsciously incorporate them into their own self-definition, and this music can desensitize them to violence, degradation, abuse, and exploitation. So, as a good academic feminist, I was going to argue that all this supports the social structure and social construction of the patriarchal system. While the whole social structure is responsible for the creation of a dominant culture that rap is part of, from a feminist view, I feel that I need to challenge the misogynist ideology of some types of rap. But going beyond a critique of the actual music was what we were asked to do on this panel, and we were challenged to use this case to advance our field's understanding of business ethics. And I'm drawn in the case to the idea that we're dealing with a promotional company. In the dictionary, the word promotion or promote means to advance or rise to a higher office or rank, to help forward, encourage, support actively, or to sell and publicize. Well, this case is about a company that is in the promotion business. All business promotes something. So from an ethical perspective that calls on views of justice and abstract rights, then maybe the question we need to be asking is, what is business promoting? Is this company promoting misogyny? The trouble I have with what I've just said, however, is that this positions me as a daughter of the patriarchy myself, who is buying into and perpetuating an impersonal and objectifying approach, and it leaves out my own deep personal feelings of compassion and a feminist ethic of care. The trouble with what I have said so far is it leaves out my own personal experience as a mother of 3 sons who consumed and also were at times consumed by the gangster rap culture. So I want to shift from my academic analysis and share a little of my story. As the 1960s slogan of the feminist movement proclaimed, the personal is political. I live in an affluent Toronto community, which my oldest son and his friends, Heavy C, Johnny Crack, Pie Dog, and others call L-side. In this hood, some of these white privileged boys have adopted in their own way the dress code, vocabulary, attitudes, and other aspects of the lifestyle that is described by 50 Cent in his music. I want to show you a little bit of their world.
Ball like a dog, ball like a dog. You wanna get high? Yeah, I wanna get high. You wanna stay fly? Yeah, I wanna stay fly. Hit up the mall, hit up the mall. Ball like a dog, ball like a dog. Chillin' with some fly ass girls, I holla at them, they rock my world. Love a hoe, they just so righteous, tickle me, I get excited. These bitches know how to move, shake the backside, gets me in the mood. Break, loving me and feeling the groove. They love me cause I'm so fucking rude. I love the girls with the tight boom, go down on me like they eating food. Girls that give head and they prove. I want to stick my finger in you. If you want to be with me, you have to produce money. Put cocaine up on my life. Fly you back from Colombia. Yeah, I wanna get high. You wanna stay fly? Yeah, I wanna stay fly. Hit up the mall, hit up the mall. Ball like a dog, ball like a dog. You wanna get high? Yeah, I wanna get high. You wanna stay fly? Yeah, I wanna stay fly. Hit up the mall, hit up the mall. Ball like a dog, ball like a dog.
As you can see, these kids dress in a gangster style with oversized clothes, which, by the way, cost a small fortune, and which have to change with the fashion whims of the big corporations and their rapper partners. I've noticed baseball caps change at one time from very tight-fitting to very loose, and they all match as you change sizes with the color of your running shoes. They have lots of bling, their pants are baggy, so of course their boxers show,